Hi, and welcome to the machine learning part of this exercise. As mentioned, we will be using a completely new notebook. You may be asking if it is a good idea to actually do that. Here are several scenarios in favor of that. First, if you are on a data science team, it is quite possible that one person pre-processes the data, while another one does the actual machine learning. In this case, someone has already done the pre-processing for you, and you are going to do the machine learning itself. A second possible scenario is that when you start doing machine learning, you are not always sure which is the optimal methodology to be used for a particular problem. Should you use logistic regression? Or a random forest? Maybe a neural network? You can explore each of those options in separate notebooks while loading the same pre-processed data. Finally, the most obvious reason, the pre-processing file you've been using may start lagging for various reasons. That's mainly because we executed a lot of code, created many variables, and displayed a bunch of data frames. Since Jupyter is running in your browser, usually your processor and video card cannot visualize all these data frames as fast, so your window starts lagging. Python itself is not affected, but it is an unpleasant feeling. In any case, we've saved the final output in a CSV and opened a new clean notebook, of course after closing the old one. All right. Naturally, the first thing to do is to import the libraries we are going to use. Since it is a new notebook, that's a must. So, let's import NumPy and Pandas. Next, I'll load the pre-processed data using the Pandas method, readCSV. So, data underscore preprocessed equals pd.readCSV of preprocessed data. Let's eyeball the data. Seems about where we left off before, doesn't it? Now, our task is more or less straightforward. We will use a logistic regression which will take the reason for absence, month of the year, day of the week, transportation expense, distance to work, age, daily workload average, education, children, and pets of a given employee, and will predict their absenteeism. We expect that half of those predictors won't have merit. To me, it seems that the reason for absence will be the most indicative. Maybe workload will have something to do with it as well, since the busier a person is, the less he or she will want to skip work. Finally, children and pets, together with distance from work, should also have something to do with absenteeism. If your child or pet is sick at home, you'll have to go home, take them to the doctor, and get them back, which will be much more time-consuming than a simple visit to the doctor. Okay, we have a good idea what to expect. The nice thing about regressions is that the model itself will give us a fair indication of which variables are important for the analysis and which aren't. So, let's get into it and see for ourselves. As we like to say, that's going to be in the next lecture. Thanks for watching.